ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DirtyHotte's Wall Hexer build. Feels like cheating. This is a PvP focused build. With that build, you can track your enemies through walls. You get an edge, knowing the enemy's position, your own strength and weaknesses. I mean, I hope you do. And then you know all the environment. Knowledge is your weapon with this build. Let's go in-game again, where we talk about that build. Maybe I also managed to get in-game. Let's start with the subclass, okay? Yeah, when you're DirtyHotte, when you're pink arrow, you are in air accuracy. You become in air accuracy. Let's talk about the subclass. That's also what I was running in trials last weekend for my first ever flawless card in solo freelance. It was pure beauty. I wanted to make a video of that, but unfortunately 50% of my recordings are gone to hell. So that's that. I use Shadow Shot Deadfall just because it has a very fast cooldown, the fastest one. So this one is pretty nice in trials, because if the game gets a little bit longer, you should be one of the first guys to get a very easy super. And with that build, you should exactly know where the enemy is and just Shadow Shot Deadfall them. That's pretty helpful. Marksman Dodge, we will use that for the reload. Triple jump, I don't know. Everybody uses like strafe jump, right? In PvP, I will use triple jump. I will always use triple jump. Then we have the snare bomb, okay? And I use Axion Bolt. Just as if you tap somebody to finish them off, Axion Bolt is pretty nice. My secondary recommendation would be Void Wall, because it has a faster cooldown. Aspects, I use Vanishing Step. Dodging makes you invisible. That's just nice. That might give you the split second more to acquire your target. Trapper's Ambush. Activate Quick Fall to spend your melee charge and dive to the ground, creating a large smoke cloud. Blah, blah, blah. It makes allies invisible. That's basically why we used it. So it makes allies invisible and ourselves. Let's wrap the subclass up with the fragments. Echo of Leeching. Melee final blows start health regeneration for you and nearby allies. Echo of Delation, while crouch to sneak faster and gain enhanced radar. And Echo of Obscurity. Finisher final blows grant invisibility. So the point is, we use those three just because of the stats buff. Because that's also, okay? That's also on a budget. And I need every stat I can get on my hunter. And it's it has a very strong neutral game. It's also very beneficial if you team up. So the build, I mean. So let's head to the cheat sheet. Subclass, what we've seen so far, the abilities, the aspects, and the fragments. So as I said, the fragments are mainly 100% about getting your stats up. Melee final blows can be helpful with that one. That's also the enhanced radar is also pretty good. So as I said, it's the Wall Hexer build. So the exotic, there are only a few exotics that come to mind. But we will use the bow exotic, so that means we use Oathkeeper. Bow charges can be held indefinitely, provides a moderate benefit to the airborne effectiveness stat of bows. So here you go, Ice, airborne effectiveness. So what this exotic helps us is easy perfect draw hits, okay? And endless wall hex. Why endless wall hex? That brings us to the weapons, because we use Wish Ender. I finally acquired that bow. And you really, at least when you learn to play with it, you really want to run Oathkeeper, because that draw time is damn long. I like to pair Wish Ender with my out of bounds submachine gun, but you can pair it really with anything what you prefer. SMG, shotgun, sidearm, hand cannon, whatever works best for you. I use a submachine gun and heavy weapon, yeah, whatever your stepsister prefers. A few words about the Wish Ender bow. As I said, the draw time is damn long and is longer than you might expect. So wait for that final audio cue. And while fully drawn, you can see enemies through walls. And while Oathkeeper is pretty good because you can hold that indefinitely, be careful. Don't get tunnel vision. So check your radar while crouching, for example. Check your radar so that you don't get flanked. For trials, this one was super strong, because when you know where all three of the enemies are, and then you kill one, and let's say you know they split up, it's easy to collapse when you have that information. Wish Ender crits for about 160. It can be 189. I'm not sure about that, okay? So it's not a one hit, obviously. And I will do the mod C on the cheat sheet quickly. Charge Harvester and bow targeting. Charge Harvester, I talked a lot about that in the past. That's the one you want to run in Crucible to get charged, to become charged with light, because it also works with assists and you don't really have to kill. So you can stand back and farm charged with light stacks just by assists before you go in. High Energy Fire. Stacks on stacks to get even more stacks. And supercharged, so you can have with that combination up to 4 stacks. Why do we run that? Because that has the potential to have 4 stacks of charged with light, which results in Wish Ender critting for 184. It's 184 something because of rounding. I think it shows 185. It's still not a one hit, okay? But we all know the strongest tactics in Destiny 2 is team shooting. So if somebody so much like sneezed at an enemy, he will be one hit. Okay, if he lost a sliver of health, you can finish them off, and that's great. And then I like to run in the last Outreach and Powerful Friends to get that 20 strength, because I need every stats buff I can get. And those are the stats. In PvP, still the sweet spot for me is 60, and I want to have 100 recovery if possible, and it's not possible for me. And we can see that in game. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, and that's basically DirtyHotte's Wall Hexer build. The build that feels like cheating and gives you wall hacks all the time. Try it. It's not that easy as you might think. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this little piece of content, and if you want to see more Destiny 2 stuff, especially builds, check the playlist to my left. And if you are more interested in what YouTube algorithm has in petto for you, then check the one below that playlist. If you like my stuff, please leave a like and help Mom's Basement grow. See you next time. DirtyHotte out.